To the United Methodist people of the Texas Annual Conference, God still has work for us to do. The deliberations at General Conference yesterday were painful for many people. The General Conference voted by 438 to 384 to maintain our current teaching on the practice of homosexuality and our teaching on marriage. For many persons who were hopeful of a movement in a more progressive direction, this was a devastating blow. The whole church knows you're hurting, and we want you to know we love you. For people who were fearful that a change might be made they could not live with in a more conservative manner, well, their fears were relieved, and yet it didn't go as far as they wanted to. We love you too. The General Conference did adopt the traditional plan. Parts of it were declared unconstitutional. This plan maintains our current teaching on these matters. Some measures to strengthen accountability for bishops and clergy were included and were constitutional. They also approved a disaffiliation or gracious exit plan. However, it's not clear that it will be constitutional. In any case, all the things that were approved yesterday take effect January 1st of next year. Now, friends, I know that emotions have been running high. There have been things said on social media and to each other that, well, weakened our ties together. My hope is that we will stay together as a church and that we will now focus on our mission of making disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. We are indeed stronger together. I'm blessed to belong to a church where both conservatives and progressives are together. I know that in many of our congregations in the Texas Annual Conference, there are people who are on different sides of this issue and yet worship in the same pews and sometimes attend the same Sunday school classes. I think our diversity is a treasure. I want you to know that I'm really focusing on the words of Ephesians 4, and I appeal to you now. I beg you to lead a life worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, making every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. We need to remember John Wesley's words in Catholic Spirit, that our disagreements do not prevent us from loving each other. Our unity in the Spirit is being tested. Now is a time to breathe deep, to avoid quick reactions, and instead to thoughtfully ask, how can God use us to serve Christ and God's purposes in the places where we find ourselves? Focusing on our mission and working together is the best way forward. May God bless the United Methodist Church and the Texas Annual Conference in the days to come.